Hello everyone, welcome back to another Thrift Store Find video. Before we start, I should tell you that I am not going to post thrift store videos for a while. So this is going to be the last video for a while. Okay, so today we found 5 phones, and some additional handsets and some new phones. So some of them are rare, some of them are not, and some of them I haven't seen them before. So first here we have a Philips cordless phone with color display. Also this had a box, and as you can see it's really new. Also it has a really strong speakerphone. It's interesting. So the model number is CD645, and it's kind of interesting. So everything was included in the package, I think except the phone line cord and the batteries. I just used the battery from the Panasonic phone, and then I will be returning that. So this phone here has color display. It's really a nice phone. I kind of work with it and I'm kind of interested. So this one has some messages on it. The answering system is kind of weird to work with. It doesn't have a proper base software. It doesn't have a great base software. As you can see here, doesn't tell me how many messages I have. And also makes some loud noise. Doesn't tell me how many messages I have, only responds with beeps. And doesn't have a bass ringer. I tried to find if I can turn on the ringer, but there was no setting for it. The handset, on the other hand, could be more interesting. Let me just zoom in this video. So if the camera can focus. Yeah, sometimes the focusing just annoys me. The handset is kind of fine. It's a colored display handset, so it works fine. How should I? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, unfortunately. Alright, so here's the display. It's focused now. It has games, it has network service, it has personal settings and clock and alarm. Kind of decent phone on the handset. Answering system doesn't have a lot of settings. Phone book, basic things. Clock and alarm. Personal set has the ringer tones, and you can set ringer tones for each group. It has 3 groups that you can set ringer tones for. This is for the line setup and registration setup. And here's the network service. I don't know what's that. Oh, voicemail. Okay. And here are the games. Kind of fun phone. Oh yeah, you can't see. It has Snake and Tetris. Let's listen to the ringer tones here. This is kind of interesting. If I'm gonna use this phone, I'm gonna use this ringer. Interesting. This ringer is also in the Clear Sound, say 700. and it doesn't have any name for it, as you can see here. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So this also, you can work with it on the charger, and also the paging tone is kind of interesting. This phone has the software of those phones that usually don't have a popular brand, as you can hear from the ringer tones. Usually phones like Euro Telecom, GFM, or Motorola, or Philips, these things have this ringtone. It's interesting. Let's ring this phone up. Let me just bring the phone line up so we can ring it. It might take a while. Alright, here's the phone line. Let's ring this up. Okay, let's zoom out and let's ring it up. Okay, I will record an initial checkout later on this phone, so we don't need to test the earpiece and the answering system because I know it works. Up to the next phone. Here we have a, let me just bring this up. I have turned on these phones so they can charge in here. So here we have a Uniden TRU, or True as I refer to. Let me check the model number after I plugged in the phone line. Okay, here's a Uniden TRU. Where's the model number? Yeah, well, it's a Uniden TRU, I think, there's a 4 on it somewhere. Let me just find the model number. Yeah, it's the TRU 4465. It has a piezo speaker, and unfortunately the antenna broke while I was bringing it. And let me check if I have the antenna piece somewhere. There might be a lock. Yup, the antenna piece is here. Although, I don't know why, but it's so disgusting. It's so sticky and disgusting. But yeah, this is where it belongs, I guess. And this has a fully functional base with no answering system, but can detect your voicemails. And here we have a flashy big red light, which is great. This phone, as I mentioned before, I think has a piezo speaker, and with that piezo speaker it has the ability to have some great ringer tones and multiple ringer tones. So it doesn't have two ringtones, it has a lot of ringtones in my opinion, and that's a great thing in this phone. Usually Uniden produces the TRU or True models with great quality, great features, and gives it the highest functions that it can. So here on the handset, basically the colors are, the keypad is wearing off. Here we have ringer volume, ringer tone, distinct ringtone, color ID setup, dial mode, language, and ringer volume. It has two options, high and low. Here's select, and I've never worked with these old phones before. Yeah, I don't know how I can go back. Yeah. So ringer tones here, press select. So as you can see here, we have flicker and clatter and other ringtones. I want to save the soft alert ringtone. I like it. Although it sounds better on the speaker versions, not on the piezo ones, but it's the ringtone that I like. Also, the ringtone I really like on Uniden phones, it's the new ringer number 3, which there's no name for it. It's basically on the Uniden loud and clear phones, which it's ringer number 3 I think on them. Also the bass, you can change the volume with the ringer button here. Yeah, and you can transfer calls, which makes an interesting tone. I really like these older basses. They are kind of, they remind me of those good old times. Let's call this up, how it rings. So it doesn't show a color ID, which that's normal. Because the PABX has a different color ID frequency, but it works. And maybe I have plans to use this in this phone setup. And yeah, that's it. Because this has its own battery, and other phones also have their own battery, except the other Panasonic phone, which is a white phone. I can't tell you the model number, but the color is white. That phone doesn't have any batteries. Yeah, I think, I don't know what's the problem that my thrift store has with the phones that use the AAA batteries, but they usually remove them, and the phones which seem to use those batteries don't have those batteries, but the phone who use a battery pack on them, they are usually there. Okay, so let's go to the next phone. I'm really tired today. It was a long adventure today. That's why you can see I'm having some errors while I'm talking. Okay, here an interesting find. Never seen this phone in my life. This is a Panasonic KXTG 2313. A really clean handset, but a really dirty base, which needs to be cleaned. The software is similar to this phone right here, but it's older, and I kind of like it. So has no answering, but has voicemail, and the ringers are basically the usual ones. I want to put this ringer, and let's check the other setting. It has also voice enhancer and message alert. Yeah, basic setups, and also a handset locator, and also a flashy red light on the top. Okay, let's call this. Great. So most of these are functional, but one of the handsets that I purchased, not this phone, doesn't work, unfortunately. Okay, let's go to the next phone. This is also a vintage Panasonic phone, 5.8 gigahertz, has battery, but when you pick it up, it doesn't have any juice, unfortunately. And for some reason, I don't hear any sounds from the speaker. It might be because of the battery, or it might be just the speaker might be spoiled, or it might be disconnected. But as I'm paying attention here, there are no signs of openings here, so it means this phone has never been opened. Although there were multiple handsets with this phone, I think 6 or 5, I don't remember. But I just picked up one because of the price. I didn't want it to rise. This phone has talking color ID, uses 5.8 gigahertz. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I remember having this phone, not this phone, this handset, but it was in black. The base was a different shape. When I was a kid, we had this phone as our landline phone, and it broke. I think the problem was also the speaker. I don't remember actually. It was like 10 years ago, or even more. So now it works finally. Let's turn the talking color ID on, and the ringer setting. Yeah, the speaker is spoiled or it's disconnected. I should check that. Great. So let's ring this up. This also has it turned off. A flashy yellow light. Yeah, it went to hibernation. It says charge for 7 hours. The base is only ringing. Although, an interesting thing is that the base, when it rings, it shows you line in use. Which, when it doesn't light up, I think it's useless, but I think, okay, that's fine. Okay, now to the next one. This also works fine except the handset. The next phone is a Panasonic. Let me tell you the model number. It's a Panasonic KXTGD593C. This came with 3 handsets, and I bought an additional one, so it has 4 handsets now. None of them have batteries, although it works fine. This is the 4th handset, and this also works fine. Yeah, everything works great. Let me plug in the line, and yeah. So let's ring this up, then I will give the battery to other handsets to see if they work too or not. Yeah, it rings. Let me change the batteries, and let me disconnect the line so it doesn't go on auto answering mode. I believe all of these work. Oh, and also a thing that we can do is that, yeah, we can just put them on charger and they will work. So let me show the ringers. The ringers are basically the ones that you know, but the difference is the instruments have been changed. So if you know this phone, this is the KXTG7841, also known as 7871. If you know that phone, basically it's those ringers, but the instrument has been changed. Let's listen to it. Yeah, these are the ringers. Alright, so this handset has been tested. This is the handset number 4. Also, this phone has its own box. I don't know if I showed it to you. Has everything, a line cord, except the batteries. Unfortunately, I don't know why they don't include these batteries. They include the ones that are packed, but not these ones that I mentioned before. And every time that I purchase a phone, I need to get some batteries from Amazon. Although a good thing is that they are cheap, so it ain't a big deal. Alright, where's the phone? Let me ring this up with this handset. Yeah, the speaker doesn't have any problem. It's because it doesn't have any battery. As you can see, it's distorted because it doesn't have any battery. It rings fine. This also works fine. Yeah, this also works. Great. The other thing I need to show is a handset, which doesn't work. I don't know why. It's a KXTGA 106C. Basically, it's for this phone. Let me just zoom out for a second. It's basically for this phone, the KXTG1061, but the handset doesn't work. It works weird. Well, the batteries, okay, yeah, they are broken. They need to be charged. But when I plug in a new battery, like for example, these are fully charged. So, turns on. There's nothing on the display, no backlighting. And when I put it on the charge, this light turns on, but no sign of the phone itself. Nothing works. I'm believing that maybe it might be a display disconnection. Although there are no signs of opening. I don't think this was open before. But yeah. But on the other hand, I suspect that this might be also this might be for this phone as well, like it was with this phone. Because when I bought this, it was as base only, and sometimes our thrift store brings the handsets after the bases. But I re-registered the handsets from the base, so I need to re-register again. So a good news is that this might have detected that I deregistered it, so maybe if I place it on a charger, there might be a lock. Let me turn on the registration mode on the base, and let's see what happens. It might not work. It might not have any signal. Maybe it didn't receive the signal from the base. Yeah, it doesn't pair. So I need to find out what's the problem with the display. I'm believing if the backlighting is off, they may have just changed it in the settings. But if the display and the backlighting doesn't turn on together, it means it's a motherboard failure. I wish this could work. I really want to see the user experience on this handset, although I think I have kind of the same handset of this phone. It's basically the KXTG6461. Basically it's the same, but the buttons are shapes and some features might be limited. Although these two look the same, this is the 6431, but they are not the same. The software is basically different. So yeah, don't think that I know the user experience of this one. Never experienced owning one of these, but I think that it's similar to the one I have. So let's cross our fingers and see if this works. Alright everyone, I think that's it for here. And since here is really untidy, I'm sorry for that. I'm just going to tidy it up after the video. I'm thinking first I should figure out the problem with that phone, the speaker, and then this one. But I really want to use this one and this one. And they are going right here. Yeah, the Uniden for sure, but between this one and this one, if this one gets fixed, the speaker, I'm going to use this one because of the talking caller ID. If it doesn't, I'm going to use this one because, well, it's nostalgic. Alright everyone, that's it for the video. I'm sorry for any inconvenience or any bloops that I had. I was just so tired for this video, and I just wanted to record it so you guys can see it as fast as possible. Also, I have created the Instagram account for the ones who want to follow me. Feel free to go into the community tabs and check the link out and follow me there. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.